Kelly?
Great stuff, as always. Shares of Apple higher today on heels of strong reports from tech giants Alphabet, Amazon, and Microsoft all after the bell yesterday. Now the pressure is on for Apple to beat expectations next week, but can it deliver? Let's ask Amish Shah from SierraMaya360 and Brian Blair from Gray's Peak Capital. Good to have you both with us.
Thank you.
Amish, I'll begin with you because you think Apple can do it, but didn't we just hear from these three companies? It's really their cloud business that's delivering. So what is Apple going to bring to the table to top expectations next week?
Yeah, so if you think about next week, what they're going to bring is they're going to do what they always do. They're always very successful every quarter with sales. They've already been ahead of estimates. What people are really looking for, the analysts, is Christmas, the day after Christmas, and what's going to happen this quarter. Everything's already baked into the price already. And the biggest things, if you look at three of the analysts today that came out with their buy rating and they upgraded the stock, we had Piper Jaffray, you had Nomura, and you also had the Maxim Group. The Maxim Group analyst also said, wait till the electric car comes out and the rumors come on. I've been on way before about the Apple Watch.
Well, they're not going to report that next week.
They're not, but I think for the future, what people are betting on.
What is it next week that's going to deliver them an earnings beat relative to what you say is all priced in?
Well, I think they're going to break. They're going to be ahead of estimates next week, Kelly.
All right, Brian, why don't you think they're going to do it?
Well, there's a little bit of variability next week, only a little bit. The street's at 48 million iPhone units. This is all about iPhone units, by the way. This is not about watches or cars right now. The September quarter and December quarter hinge on one thing, iPhone units. 48 million for September is probably going to be about right, but the biggest challenge Apple has, and the reason why I'm a bit cautious, is because of the December quarter units. The street is expecting, consensus right now is about 76 million units of iPhone for December, and I don't think they're going to make that. I think it's going to be lower than that. And there's a lot of evidence in the supply chain this is the case. There's a lot of demand-related evidence that this is the case. The second issue they're going to have is March quarter. March quarter also looks like it's going to be lower than expectations, where the street's at about 60 million units.
I disagree there. Fortune magazine did a poll of 21 analysts, and the average was 78 million. If you look up that report that came out today, they said it's going to be a 5% over-under. That was 78 million. Well, hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. I didn't cut you off. Let me finish. 74.6 million was last year, which was their biggest, most profitable quarter in Q4. 5% above that will be close to 78. $2 billion above what you're saying, Brian. So read the reports. Not only Tuesday might be about the sales, but this is all about Christmas and what's going to happen.
Okay, Brian.
So the bottom line here is this. The reason why they were so successful and did 74.4 million iPhones last year was because it was the first time they introduced two brand new form factors. They went to two larger screens, and they saw tremendous international demand, especially in Asia. Well, that's a year old, and the newest iPhone 6s is only slightly iterative. The main feature that they're really pushing is 3D touch, and then the camera. That's not a massive reason for an upgrade like it was a year ago. So I think they're actually going to be a little lower than the street's expectations. Whether it's 76 or 78, as this gentleman says, I think it's going to be lower, and that's going to be the issue, and it's going to show up in their guidance.
Amish, let me ask you a quick question about the stock. Why has Apple been sitting on the bench in this rally, and is there the possibility that money that would have gone to Apple is now going to Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Alphabet, whatever you want to call it, and others?
Absolutely not. I don't believe that at all. In fact,
why has it been sitting out the rally then?
Well, it's sitting out the rally. It's doing what it always does. The stock was at 90s, a couple months ago when I was on here, about a few months ago. It's still at 119. The targets are between 150 and 180 at the analysts. What you're going to see is an uprise. You're going to see an uprise to end the year. This stock will be over 200 when the electric car comes out.
It doesn't matter where the analysts are. The question was the right one. Money has been flowing into these other names that are seeing substantial growth. Amazon's web services is killing it. Google is killing it on mobile ads. And Apple right now is experiencing a sector that is slowing. Smartphone growth is slowing globally, and investors have been pulling back from it because while Apple's involved in a lot of exciting areas, none of them are moving the needle anytime soon.
In other words, money can't go everywhere.
They're still blowing away Google and Samsung.
That's right.
Apple is facilitating the cloud. It still needs to fully capitalize on it like these are. Gentlemen, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you. Amish Shah from SierraMaya360, Brian Blair from Gray's Peak Capital. We have 20 minutes to go into the close. Tech is leading this market today, up 3% on the S&P 500. The broad index up 1%. The Dow nearly that much. The Nasdaq is up 2%.
Up next, UPS pilots vote to strike as the peak holiday season approaches. We'll tell you what this could mean for the stock as well as your holiday packages.
And later, the NFL live streams its first game for free this weekend. A leading sports agent says there's no downside to the move. He'll be here to explain.